we go. That feels just so correct. If you're a hot, sexy trainer in a hot tub on a fitness retreat and you want to call me a slut, you better say it to my face. And you better believe that the best way to my heart is by gifting me an oil painting of myself. I'm John Hill, and welcome to Show Pony, a relentless look at the shows that shape us. Before I get into this week's episode, here's what I'm watching this week. I'm almost done binging the entire season of the new Black Mirror, my favorite show to stream on any platform. If you're not into it, get into it now. But as much as I love Black Mirror, I love another show even more. What's better than Black Mirror, you ask? That's right, Workout, Bravo's 2006 classic docusoap starring Jackie Warner. Do you have what it takes? 'Cause if you don't have what it takes, you're out of here. Well, it's time to talk about Season 1, Episode 2 of Workout. But first, have you followed, liked, and subscribed this show which you are now watching and enjoying? If not, do it. Some famous ladies went to space the other day, but the question on everyone's mind is, why go to space when you could go back to 2006, to Jackie Warner's Haven in the Heavens, Sky Sport and Spa? Taking your trainers on a slutty retreat to haze them? That is female empowerment. Shirtless roughhousing and whipped cream hazing? Try fitting that in a Blue Origin capsule. Try filling that in Lauren Sanchez's face. So with that being said, let's talk about Workout, Season 1, Episode 2. We learn more about Jackie's business and coaching philosophy. Jesse joins the team. Jackie takes the trainers on a retreat to do boot camp drills and to get drunk in a hot tub, where Jesse calls Rebecca a slut. Then the guys take their tits out, and they haze Jesse, spraying him down with whipped cream. All in time for Mimi and Jackie to have a meltdown fight after Mimi gives Jackie a painting of herself that looks like Charlize Theron as Eileen Wuornos, painted by a blind 5-year-old. This week I'm bringing in my Brooklyn bestie and Show Pony creative director, Eric Maxwell, to help process. Let's begin. You're here. Wow. Okay. Welcome back to Show Pony. I'm here with the one and only Eric Maxwell.
Hey.
Okay, wait. Full transparency. First things first, you and I just actually worked out.
We did actually just work out.
We went to Barry's Ride.
We did.
How did I do?
I couldn't really tell because you were so far in the back.
I just realized I have gum. I'm just going to put this on the back.
When I talk to you, I should talk to you, right?
Talk to me.
Okay.
We just worked out.
We did.
To get into character, we worked out.
Yes.
That's how dedicated we are.
It had been 2 weeks since I worked out.
Well, you were supposed to be on the premiere episode of Show Pony, but you decided to get Miss Noro.
No, I had. Here's the thing. I had Noro like 2 months ago, and I had the flu now.
What's next?
I don't know. It sounds like I'm hiding something.
What's next for you? Lyme. Mono.
I want scurvy.
You can get it. You know, Robbie Williams just got scurvy.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's a virus disease. So we're covering episode 2 of Workout. You've been watching along with me. You watched the pilot. We both watched episode 2 last night.
I've been watching along at home.
Before we went into our workout this morning, you said something funny to me about, like, we are working out in a basement dungeon.
We are.
Here in New York. But in LA, it struck you that this gym, Sky Sport and Spa, is in the sky.
Yes, because I see so much of this show, and I don't know if it's a fitness thing or if it's an LA thing, and it like has taught me how little I know about LA. It feels like a different world.
It is a different world.
And it's also what they shot this 20 years ago.
Yeah.
But it looks like I'm looking into a life that like I'll just never know or understand.
Traveling back to 2006 watching this show is a trip.
Yes. And what I said to you is that I'm shocked at how put together everybody, like 32-inch extensions sewn in for the gym, full faces.
Yes, God.
Yeah. They look great, but
I think it's more a TV thing, but like people in LA are self-obsessed and they're crazy. And especially like 2006, this was indie sleaze peak.
Yeah. Well, I also thought they had really beautiful, trendy necklaces on, and you taught me that those are probably just the microphones.
They're just mics, I think.
Yeah.
But
they all wear them.
The fashion of this place is insane.
Yes.
At the end of this episode, Jackie's wearing like a Spirit Halloween glitter nightie. Not to cut to the end, but when Mimi gives her the painting of herself.
It's like the Christmas tree shop. Do you know what the Christmas tree shop is?
Yes.
Okay. It looks like something you would buy at the Christmas tree shop.
Let's analyze the theme song of Workout really quick.
I have a lot to say about the theme song.
Okay, well, I've printed out the lyrics. Do you want to go through them?
No. Well, I have a theory that I don't need anyone to verify.
Okay, what?
It's a song that already exists and has existed for decades. It is the song I'm Really Hot by Missy Elliott. And they definitely wanted... Yes, I'm very serious, and I can't believe we haven't talked about
Keep
this.
talking.
It's the song I'm Really Hot by Missy Elliott. And they were like, we want to use this, but we can't get the rights to use this on the show. So we will create our own version of Missy Elliott's I'm Really Hot.
Okay, this is a TV thing. This is called a sound-alike.
Okay. It is the same song, and the first time I ever heard it, I was like, this is a Missy Elliott song.
Let's just listen to a little bit of it real quick.
I'm Really Hot.
You're hot?
No, that's the song.
Jackie, how's your feeling?
Work hard, play hard, train it to celebrities with drive and passion. Jackie keeps you motivated, top of her game. Your lifestyle will change.
It's also a Drag Race rap. 20 years in the making.
Workout.
That was a horse at the end.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. So you have the lyrics there. Anything strikes you? Like, here's the thing.
Yeah, it strikes me that this song already exists.
At first, I was like, maybe this is just like a filler song, but no. They found a song, which you said was
I'm Really Hot by Missy Elliott.
I'm Really Hot by Missy Elliott.
Have you heard that song?
I love how I thought you were really hot just now.
I am hot, but that has nothing to do with the first episode that I watched. I was like, I know this song.
Workout, scream, you can really work it out. If you got goals, you can't stop, then you better make it hot. Jackie, how's you feeling? Beverly Hills, where the rich keep it sexy, work hard, play hard, turn into celebrities.
That was about Jody Watley.
With drive and passion, Jackie keeps you motivated, top of her game, your lifestyle will change. The problem with this song, whoever wrote this, whoever production company paid $500 to some jingle house to make this, the emphasis on some of these words are just really inappropriate. If you got goals you can't stop, then you better make it hot. Jackie, how's you feeling? Why is it how's you feeling, Jackie?
Because they took a song that they liked and they said, do we even have to change all the words? I think they only changed a couple of them.
Jackie. They added a Jackie.
No, Missy Elliott loves Jackie.
I bet Missy Elliott literally loves Jackie.
I bet they're friends.
Okay, let's talk about the opening montage. Jackie says she thinks having the best trainers will put Sky Sport and Spa on the map, and that trainers have to have at least 10 clients that can train 2 or 3 times a week.
So what I would argue is 10 clients wouldn't fit in Sky Sports.
They wouldn't.
If they each had a client, they all cannot work out at the same time.
Well, because there's also not so many machines. Like 20 people, if you count the trainer, can't be like on the tricep push down.
And here's my thing. In New York, you sacrifice space. So why, I would think in LA, the gym would be very big.
My gym in LA is huge, and that's why I go there. She says motivation is the most important thing. Otherwise, you're out. I just want to make sure I ask every guest, do you have what it takes? Because if you don't have what it takes,
no,
you're out of here.
No.
I just want to say it to everyone because it seems so fun to say. They set up the retreat. Jackie shares the 3 goals of this retreat. Do you remember what they are?
No, but I remember her, a cut to Jesse dog walking a woman with like a leash of a resistance band.
And then he screams at her like, pretend that you're in New York City. You've got $2,000 in your purse and I'm chasing after you. It was like, all right.
And it cuts to Jackie being like, I like that guy.
Yeah, she likes it. She says the 3 goals of the retreat are to share my expertise. Her expertise, which we'll get to, test their performance level, and to gain their loyalty, giving MAGA.
Give me Machiavelli.
Rebecca pokes boobs. Rebecca's just standing at a treadmill, and she goes, what if I poked your boob like that? And the girl's like...
her 32-inch extensions.
Her Rachel hair.
Yeah, her Rachel hair.
And the woman who she's training, whose boob she pokes, goes, no, I wouldn't like that.
Yeah.
And she's like, this is planting the seed for the storyline of... Rebecca's a sexual predator.
Well, I don't want to breadcrumb too much without real, like, I don't want to.
We know she shows a dick pic to Jody Watley later.
Okay.
On.
I was also like, I don't want to give anything away. And it's 20 years old, but.
Then they go into this whole thing. Jackie says, I see Rebecca's crack more than I see my own girlfriend's crack. Which
I was like, what do you know about crack, Jackie?
And then, Rebecca says crack is whack. And I guess back in 2006, crack is whack was still kind of funny to say.
Yeah.
How about that Jackie sees all this happening? I see her crack. She's leading with sexuality. And her response is not to reprimand her, but to go work out with her. And she's like, okay, train me and let me see how your training is. And she makes her sit on the edge of the bench and do V-ups. And Jackie goes, okay, yeah, now I can feel it in my hip flexors, which is great because we all want that V. Okay, great. Your talent is creativity, and that's going to be great.
But I think it's kind of setting us up for what we learn is later going to be.
That they fall in love.
Right, exactly.
The fact that here's what I know about the series. I know Doug dies, and I know that Rebecca turns lesbian.
2 of the trainers are now deceased.
I don't know who the other one is.
There's 2.
Who's the other one?
I looked. You'll have
Oh
to,
my God.
You'll have to tune into the next episode.
It's such a hard thing to be able. I'm trying to look ahead
But also look back.
and also look back and look within. Watching workout is really an exploration of
my body
my
dysmorphia.
emotional interior. Okay, we set up the Mimi and Rebecca beef. They're trying to set that up for later. That Mimi.
I'm afraid of Mimi.
I'm afraid of Mimi.
I'm afraid of Mimi.
Mimi, there's something that when she talks to Jackie when they're having these scenes, she's kind of like, oh, she's looking off in like the wrong place.
Like she's picturing what she would look like in a bag.
With her head on a
Yeah.
platter.
Yeah.
Then
Sorry,
we get
Mimi.
to Doug and Jody Watley, and this is the dick pic. And I didn't realize it's Rebecca's boyfriend's dick.
It is. She does reveal that later on.
And she's like, my boyfriend is rather large, and I love it.
That's a Verizon flip phone with like a 2.5-inch screen.
Do you remember that, though?
I do.
There were dicks on those.
There were, yeah.
My dick was on a couple of flip phones. My dick was on a Razor.
Why is your penis on a fit girl's phone?
I hate you. That's Rebecca.
Relishing in her boyfriend's massive.
Aren't we all?
Yeah.
Jody Watley sees the dick and collapses on the floor. And then
It's also because she has 2 months to lose 65 pounds. So she might have collapsed because she's so tired.
There's a moment in there also where Erica is training someone. She's like, what have you had to eat today? She's making her do jumping jacks. And she's like, an orange and another orange. And she's like, okay.
If Erica asked me what I ate today, I would say, I don't know, and then kill myself.
Yeah. Sorry, I
love it.
I'm obsessed. Rebecca's unhinged, and she is so horny. I don't know. Like, how could you ever give up that big dick for Jackie?
We don't know what anyone gave up.
That's true. Another part of the episode is they're trying to set up Jesse as they're going to haze him on this retreat.
He reveals that he was married to a woman.
He says he was married to a woman.
And they're like, we have to haze you. That's the only acceptable solution.
Like hazing, it just does seem like a reality show setup. Like a producer suggested, like, well, yeah, how do you initiate like a new team member? And somebody's like, we haze them. Like, oh, that's funny. And like it seems very much like that'll be good for the show to like do a fun hazing.
I think Brian wants to beat the shit out of him.
I want Brian to get inside my mouth.
Right.
I love him. I love Doug. Who do you love the most?
Jesse. I don't know.
Everyone says Jesse. They go through 3 times this happened in this episode. They're in the van.
Maybe Erica.
Erica's really
Maybe Erica.
Erica's the Yasmin Bleeth of workout.
She is. I hope with less. Yeah.
But even Doug. Let's see. Doug says I'd fuck Jesse first.
I would fuck Doug.
Doug's my number one.
May he rest in peace.
R.I.P. Doug's.
Can you put taps in an episode?
Yeah.
Can you pause to put taps in?
I think taps is royalty free. Erica's a wet blanket. She's like, you know what? We always had to move around a lot, and I feel like I was always hazed growing up, and I'm not really about that, so I feel protective of Jesse. And girls, we don't haze. And I'm like, have you ever seen...
Let's just go shopping.
Let's go shopping. She's like, girls don't haze.
They definitely do. And
Have you
I've
ever
heard...
seen the sorority TV movies where they circle the fat?
I don't want to get into it too much, but I lived in
You had your
a
fat
dorm...
circle?
Well, not. I didn't need to be hazed to start circling my fat. But when I was in school, there was a sorority who they had to all sit blindfolded in a line behind one another, kind of human centipede style.
Love that.
And the sisters who were in the sorority would have a raw peeled onion and a raw peeled apple, and they would say to this, and then one had to disappear. No, and they would say, you can bite the apple or the onion, but the one that you don't eat is what the sister behind you gets. And my friend who I lived with was like, I got really confused, so I just ate the apple.
She looked like she likes onions.
Yeah.
I was never hazed though.
I was.
Did you ever? And how were you hazed?
Well, I was in like a gay fraternity. It was not actually officially gay,
So
but
it was just a gangbang.
so yeah.
Wow.
But they kept us awake all the time, so we were up at like all hours of the night.
I hate that.
And we had to. It was memorization hazing, so we
Ew.
would have to memorize years and years and years of dates and award recipients and like notable people who were in it.
That's worse than circling fat. That's worse than eating an onion.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
hate that.
I told people I was learning a lot, but I think I was just being
Hazed.
hazed. Yeah.
Mimi has a fight on the phone with Jackie. Their relationship takes me out of my body and makes me uncomfortable because I hate being around couples who fight.
Sometimes I love watching it sometimes. Like, have you ever been in Times Square and watched a couple fight and their kids are there?
Yeah, but like those
That I
people,
like.
That I like because they've taken their ass to New York City with their revolting kids,
Yeah.
and they're having a meltdown. It's like that's what you deserve.
But
out of
you
my
are
city.
right, and I agree with you. Watching them fight, I'm like, I already don't want to be dating someone.
I can also see what's happening in their relationship so clearly. I'm like, break up now.
Yeah.
I love
And get Rebecca in here.
Mimi's chewing gum at dinner, which I love. She's at the dinner table, just chewing gum. They make out again, and and Mimi bites her face.
Yeah, which I think is like you better watch out.
A macro aggression.
I'll eat you. Yeah.
Jackie's training a guy who is training to play Elvis on Alcatraz. What movie was that?
No. Close, but he has a rigorous shooting schedule.
He's gonna play Elvis first.
He's gonna play Elvis, and then. But can you imagine Elvis in Alcatraz?
I was kind of like,
The
wow,
musical.
what
Yeah.
happened? Rebecca has this monologue about bodies don't matter. Body parts are just body parts. It's the heart that matters. And then she immediately, right after saying that, starts showing Doug the thongs she plans on wearing on the retreat.
Yep.
And he is gay.
He was.
She's like,
gay.
don't you want to see these? Don't you want to see these? He's like, yeah.
With the time I have left, yeah.
Poor Doug.
I know.
I don't know how he passed. I said, after our show the other day, me and Andy were in the bathroom going TT. And
It's like gossiping. I don't know.
he was like, I was like, girl, I'm doing this workout recap show. And he was like, that is so brilliant. He's like, I cried at that reunion because Doug died. And I was like, I didn't know you cried. I didn't know there was a reunion. So we're going to watch that.
I kind of want to play Candle in the Wind right now.
Oh my God. Can we license that?
Yeah. Or could we make, what is it? A sound
sound-alike.
Yeah. Like flashlight in the breeze.
They go to the boot camp.
Well, boot camp is part of retreat.
Yes, they go on the van ride to the retreat. They still talk about the hazing. Doug says that he'd take Jesse on a deserted island. They go through that thing. And like, who would you take with you?
Okay, gay.
I don't think I would be into Jesse. I would take Doug first, Brian second, Andre next, and then Jesse, and then the girls.
Can I cut ahead to when Zen? First off, her name is Zen. Second of all, she's like, I don't know. I would just turn all the lights off and just like go for it.
I would just have a gangbang.
Yeah.
Which is like time efficient. They do the boot camp. Doug is topless. That was a highlight for me. I love those big old titties he has.
do.
I really
You
just
do.
a big burly man with his shirt off.
Barrel chested.
And Brian looks hot too. The part where it made me a little nervous or anxious when they're doing a boxing drill and Jackie's like, we're not really gonna do boxing.
It's
We're
just a
gonna do
shoulder workout.
A shoulder workout. First of
Yeah.
all, why do you need? That's not a great shoulder workout. It should
Yeah,
be
but
more
in
for, like,
2004 or 5, that might have been like
Exactly.
the most. That's what I was also going to say to you. 'Cause
Tybo.
She introduces this boot camp as if it is the most innovative,
I know.
revolutionary exercise that's ever been brought to market. But we just did one.
But in 2006, berries hadn't popped off yet.
But the Army had.
Right, but it hadn't made its way into the fitness mainstream.
Okay.
And it was becoming super trendy. Berries launched in like 2006, 7, 8. Anyway, so it was on trend and it was about to blow up.
Mm-hmm.
But like the shoulder workout, the boxing and the shoulder workout took me out a little bit. And then like
She didn't want like a real genuine box, though. She made that clear. But then why you have to put the whole thing on and the pads.
Right, and like a boxing drill is more for like agility and speed and things like that. Not like a shoulder workout, go do some lateral raises.
You would have been a great cast member as a trainer.
I know. I could have replaced Doug. And then Rebecca's like, where was I when they were casting $1 Million Baby? Could you imagine if Rebecca had won an Oscar?
Getting her hair done is the answer. Getting those K-tips put in.
Jackie says, everything I do is planned. I planned on getting drunk with my trainers this weekend. It's part of like showing that I'm one of them or whatever. So she gets drunk in the hot tub with them. Then as Rebecca goes to get her massage, Jesse calls her a slut.
Yes, quietly. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And when I watched it for the second time, he definitely just says, slut.
I will say, that's kind of the way that I would say it to you or another loved one of like, but
I don't think he was trying to say, you guys, Rebecca's a slut.
I agree. And it was unfortunate timing for people who really didn't know each other very well.
Exactly.
And Zen is just happy to be there.
It is such a sexually tense show because right after this happens, they do another countdown of who they'd sleep with and in what order. Doug and Brian both say Jesse.
Yep.
And then Zen says she just fuck everyone all at once. Yep. Rebecca she's giving It Ends With Us Blake Lively beanie. And she's like, I heard that somebody said something that was bad. Like they're building this whole thing of like, I need to confront because I was called a slut. And then we have the whole say it to my face confrontation, which was back then such a reality show thing, like say it to my face.
Say it to my face.
But like, I don't want, if you have something to say bad about me, do not say it to my face.
No, just talk about me behind my back.
Yeah, leave it in the comments like you usually do.
Okay, well.
Peeler confronts him while he's playing cards. Jesse, I mean,
They
Brian
go between Brian and Peeler, and
Yeah.
I was getting confused, so I did look it up, and it turns out his name is, say it with me,
Brian Peeler.
Yeah.
Exactly. I thought Peeler was a nickname he gave himself because he peels away the pounds.
Whoa, maybe.
He says that in the first episode. He's
Sure.
like, I'm peeling the pounds, but his name is Brian Peeler. Yeah.
Yeah.
That confrontation at the table was interesting because he's like, don't play cards while she's trying to tell you something or whatever. And then Jackie's like, y'all are making too big deal of this. Stop
she
it.
stepped in.
I know, but I kind of thought that like in today's day and age, she never would have minimized Rebecca's confrontation of being called a slut. She would have been like, Jesse, answer for yourself. Let's work this out.
That
Big of
is
a deal out of
definitely
it.
what I thought about too, where I was like,
Yeah.
I don't love that we're minimizing this and like
And
protecting the
other woman in the room was like, it's not that big of a deal. But I think her point was he was kidding and it was a dumb joke.
The intent was, yeah.
Then they spray him down with cream.
Yeah, I don't know. I blinked. I like looked up, and everyone was in a bootcut jean, shirtless, covering people in. Was it shaving cream or whipped cream?
I choose to believe it was whipped cream.
I hope it was whipped cream.
I do too.
Yeah.
I thought maybe it was silly string at some point, but
No,
it was,
that's a thick,
It was
silly string.
thick and creamy.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank God. It's just how I want it. Then Jackie gets in her bathtub
Anyway,
and she reflects in the bathtub.
what a weird scene for them to like cut to her like tiptoeing into the water.
I know.
Yeah, it was a little bachelorette actually.
First they have dinner and they're kind of pleasant. And then
She comes in not like I'm gonna
right.
chop you up.
Mimi gives her a gorgeous painting of herself. It looks kind of like Charlize Theron as painted by a 5-year-old. And Jackie's like, wow, thank you. It's so cool.
Yeah, but you know what? I bet at in that time that was.
It was cute, probably.
Yeah.
It looks like it was stolen
I'm
off the
talking
walls.
like it was the 1800s.
Then they blow up Jackie's Bright Spirit Halloween shirt. And I'm on Mimi's side for this fight.
Yeah, I think Jackie ran out of excuses.
Don't tell me you lost your phone and then say, oh, it was dead. And then, oh, they stole it. Which is it?
Mimi catches her, and she's like, so no one else had a phone? What I would say today is I don't even know my own parents' phone number, let alone yours.
True.
But I guess at the time, like, we grew up memorizing phone numbers.
Jackie got wasted and didn't call. She
Yeah.
got wasted and drunk and passed out and called it a night.
Yeah.
And is probably addicted to the drama, to be honest.
Maybe.
I think she's addicted to drama. She's like, whatever, it'll be a mess tomorrow, but that'll be tomorrow's problem.
Smacking her chops. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, great. In honor of Rebecca being called a slut, first of all, just so that we've said it, we support sluts. We are sluts.
Well, I support it, but I'm not one.
You should be.
Yeah.
I want you to be more of a slut.
Okay, we'll work on that.
But we support sluts. And
I have a lot of sluts in my life, and I love
Yeah.
them very, very much.
and being a slut shouldn't be shamed. So here are some, I'm going to ask you some questions.
Sure.
I looked up on the internet. I just put sluts who made history.
Was Doug a slut is what I want to know.
I hope he was a slut.
Oh, no. Yeah.
Okay, see if you know these. This slut is the greatest spy in history, but is more widely remembered for being a striptease artist. The Matahari.
Okay.
This biblical slut loved being watched while she took baths, and King David found her so hot and slutty, he had her husband killed so he could have her, and then God got mad and basically killed her baby.
That's not Gamora.
Bathsheba.
Absolutely.
This famous slut's birth name was Norma Jean.
Marilyn. But that's a complicated answer because was she a slut?
No, this is the internet
wasn't.
talking, not me. This famous slut sucked Bill Clinton's you know what?
Monica.
Who I also love. Not a slut.
Not a slut.
A genius. Okay,
A mogul.
then I clicked on another. another site that popped up when I Googled famous sluts throughout history.
That's crazy that those came up.
And this is, this is something called WatchMojo.com has
Oh.
listed the top 20 celebrity sluts. Do you want to guess?
I'm uncomfortable already before you've
Why?
started. Well, I'm curious.
It's
I'm curious.
crazy.
Yeah.
This is, I assume, this is what like the mass general, like straight guy who's not involved in show business just like called. It's upsetting to see
Yes.
them call these women just like, oh, they're a slut, but it's interesting. Number 20, Alejandra Guzman. Don't know who that is. 19, Christina Applegate.
What?
18, you're not going to like this. Lady Gaga.
Really?
Number 17, it just says A Grande. I assume it's Ariana.
This is terrible.
I am shocked. 16, JWoww.
Okay.
You're not. Number 15 is the one that took me out the most. Number 15, out of the top 20 celebrity sluts, Nene Leakes. Number 14, Britney Spears. Number 13, OMG Girls. Who are the OMG Girls?
I don't know.
Number 12, Pussycat Dolls. I think it's a fair thing.
I think it's slut drag.
Perfect.
It's a slut suit you put on to like start the day.
Number 11, WatchMojo.com's top 20 celebrity sluts. Number 11 is another housewife. Guess who it is? It's so good. Teresa.
What?
She's the number 11.
I was like Eileen.
Number 11, biggest celebrity slut. Number 10, Cameron Diaz. Number 9, someone I don't know. 8, Snooki. 7, Christina Aguilera. 6, Alyssa Milano. Now we're into our top 5.
This is all an algorithm. This is not
I
like
know.
a real. Yeah.
I'm fascinated, though. Jenna Jameson, Anna Nicole Smith, Miley Cyrus. Number 2, do you have any guesses?
You just breezed past Miley Cyrus. Like,
Why is she the number 3?
this is not. This is.
Are straight guys walking around being like, oh, Miley Cyrus is such a slut? I don't get that.
I really hate this. Like in my bones, hate.
know.
Who's the first one?
Number 2 is Paris.
Oh my god.
You can guess number 1. I believe in you.
Number 1. Jackie O.
Jackie Warner.
Is it Pam?
No,
That's
Pam's not even on the list.
awful.
That's why this is such bullshit.
I
Pam's not even
hate
on the
this.
list.
I don't
Kim
like
K.
this. Ugh. Okay.
We celebrate sluts. See,
Yeah.
I think it's a list to be celebrated.
I hope that it's something that I could own.
Sex positive.
Yeah, sex positive. It should be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would embrace it.
Any final thoughts on episode 2 of Workout? What are you looking forward to in episode 3?
Rebecca's hair.
More dick pics.
Rebecca's hair.
More Jody Watley.
More Jody Watley.
Wait, I think there's one more clip I pulled that I wanted to play for you that stuck out for me, and a little audio clip. There's the start of a sentence that Rebecca was about to say.
After I showed my boyfriend's penis picture to Jody Watley.
What? You went to buy bread?
You
went to
fill
the
in the
store?
blank. Mad Lib, yeah.
After I showed my boyfriend's penis picture to Jody Watley.
Penis picture.
Penis picture to
Penis
Jody.
picture.
Jody Watley, and you know that a producer was like, okay, can you rephrase my question in a sentence? After you showed your penis picture to Jody
Grammy
Watley,
Award winner Jody Watley.
After I showed my boyfriend's penis picture to Jody Watley.
I hotwired my boyfriend's car and drove to his house and rode his huge cock.
I broke my veganism. Yeah. It kind of sounds like that one part of Killa.
It kind of sounds like Gal Gadot in Snow
No,
White.
because there's emotion behind that.
Well, listen, we had a special guest today. If you're not watching this on YouTube,
And it
you're
wasn't
listening.
me.
It certainly wasn't. This is some sort of president that we're sitting in front of, or I think it's Herbert Hoover. Eric, thank you so much.
Thank you for
Will
having me.
Will you come back later in the season as we're winding down?
I guess people will have to stay tuned and find out. but
Wow.
Let's see.
Um,
Let's see if I get the flu again.
let's just have a moment for Doug. Let's just have a moment of silence.
Live your life
Like a trainer in the sky. Okay, thanks for joining us. See you next week for episode 3. I'm sitting on pins and needles.
I'm sitting on a hemorrhoid cushion. I really am, but I don't have one.
Join the Patreon so you can see the bonus footage. An amazing segment with Eric where he talks about his slutty goals. Okay, bye. Thanks.
Bye.
Thanks for joining me. I'll see you same time, same place next week. And if you have more than 2 oranges for food, I'll know. You better watch out. I'll tell Erica. I'll be catching up on Summer House and The Valley, and also the Netflix Swedish murder mystery Quicksand, just to make sure I'm giving you the most scattered, eclectic TV items to digest as humanly possible. Show Pony is produced, written, performed, and edited by me, John Hill, and produced by you. That's why you should go join the Patreon. I'll see you next week.